Word on the street is that NoFap gives you superpowers. Is that claim true? Well, let us examine this together, ladies and gentlemen, family and friends. Does NoFap give you superpowers? Well, first of all, what is NoFap? Quickly, briefly, it is this idea that withholding your semen as a man, and as a man, of course, semen, but you know, the idea of NoFap also applies to women, which we won't discuss too much in this video, as me myself, I am in all honesty unsure how much this wisdom and knowledge applies to women. But basically the idea of it is that you withhold all your sexual fluids inside your body. You do not release them. Now that does not necessarily mean you do not have sex. You could have sex, you simply abstain from releasing your sexual fluids. So in this case, NoFap can apply both to men and women. It's just this video is going to focus on how it applies to men particularly. So that's the idea in a nutshell. It's an ancient idea. Now look, just because something is ancient does not make it law, does not make it wisdom. Because you know what else the ancients thought is a good idea? They thought child sacrifice is a good idea. There was a lot of ancient tribes that thought child sacrifice is a good idea. Okay? In fact, there are tribes right now in Africa that think it's a good idea to circumcise women, little girls, right? Which is just terrible. And we do have also the barbaric practice of male circumcision in all across the Abrahamic religious societies. All right, so there you go. That's an ancient idea that we still practice today. So yeah, you know, it's just because something's ancient doesn't make it holy wisdom. All right, we are going to examine this and hopefully together, or not really together, it's just my own asshole, my own opinion, right? Make some kind of a conclusion or some kind of a insight, not necessarily conclusion, but insight. So this is the idea. So in relation to males have this seed of life. The idea is keep it inside of your body, do not release it. You could have sex, just don't release it. Enjoy the foreplay, and you can also learn, which me personally, I haven't really learned. You can learn how to have supposedly mind-blowing orgasms. Like, I mean, way more intense supposedly than when in the minute of releasing your semen, okay? But I mean, even the foreplay itself is very pleasurable to begin with. So that in and of itself is actually, in my personal experience and opinion, enough of a pleasure as it is. Now, of course, upon the moment of release, there is a ton of pleasurable drugs, hormones, and neurotransmitters flowing through your body, which is why it's so addictive. Okay, we are addicted to that instant gratification, which is pretty intense when you release your semen. Okay, but as we all know, man, there is a great feeling of void in a negative way, emptiness in a negative way, right? There's the positive emptiness you could experience after a really deep state of meditation, but there's that negative feeling of like depression, really. Your energy gets depressed, right? It's depressed, okay? Depressed like this. Why? Because you released so much energy out of your system by releasing the semen. Now, here is where I really want to emphasize on. And I think this can demonstrate to you just how powerful this energy is. Inside of you as a male, you carry this energy that is capable of creating life, of creating a baby. Do you comprehend that? It is capable of creating a baby. I mean, take that in. I mean, right here, this being in front of you here, the manifestation, right, with all its complexity. Look how complex this being is. Look how complex you are, right? Very complex. Speaking with words, thinking, evaluating, eating, shitting, talking, walking. You know, it's like, it's so complex. This was once a little tiny like seed, like semen like thing. Okay, like, you know, like this, like a little worm looking almost. Okay, can you believe that? So can you, for a little second here, appreciate how powerful, how complex and powerful this energy, this seed of life is? So by simple logic, if that seed of life in the form of semen fluid is capable of creating an extremely complex being, just how powerful is that energy? Your body has to reserve its best cells, its best energy to create those fluids, because the program of this matrix, this game of life that we're in, if you look around you, there's a program here that wants to continue its survival by continuously passing on the genetics through the different means available. Okay, so for example, a fruit tree, let's say you got apple seeds go into the ground and you got a new apple seed. You see, this mechanism is available across all living beings to continuously perpetuate life, to continue it. Okay, so that is very powerful. And by simple logic, if you release that energy out of your system, you have just released outside of you, you have just put outside of you a very powerful energy. And that is precisely why men tend to feel exhausted, tend to feel tired, and then sometimes like a mini depression, right? Because your energy gets depressed, so you have to go take a nap or go to sleep. And yeah, I mean, if you do it so much, you're gonna have like major depression. If you're fabbing every day, if you're releasing the semen fluids every day, you're going to eventually have depression. Okay? But you do experience a mini depression shortly after the release, and it could last the whole day and up to the next day, and even up to the next few days, really. Because this energy is so powerful, creates a complex being. You know how complex, how much power does this seed have to have in order for it to manifest very complex being? Very powerful stuff, very complex. So by that simple logic, the logic goes of the NoFap, the ancient knowledge and the ancient wisdom of the NoFap, is you keep it inside of your system, inside of your physical body. And because energy cannot be created nor destroyed, what happens is that energy transforms. So it does other things inside of you. It heals your body. If you are, let's say you combine NoFap, you fast, or you do like intermittent fasting, that energy, as powerful as it is going to aid in the process of healing. And it also, because it's creative energy, it creates life. So you can use it to create other things like music, art, videos. You can express yourself in all the different creative ways available to you. Because again, energy cannot be created nor destroyed, it can only be transformed. So that energy stays inside your body, has to go and do other things. It's so powerful. Again, this creates life. Very, very amazing. And just following that simple logic, you could already begin to see the validity of this knowledge, which now in my eyes is wisdom. See, knowledge is just, here's knowledge. Wisdom is when you apply this and you feel it for yourself. Okay? And when you have verified for yourself that that knowledge is indeed valid. And in my opinion, this is very valid wisdom. And you can find this all across the different ancient wisdom, like Taoism is really big on that. And then the yogis, the yogis just say never release it. And yeah, so you can still engage in sexual activity, just don't release it. Okay, just enjoy the foreplay, and you could even learn how to have those supposedly mind-blowing orgasms. And you know, one of the ways it works is, you know, you bring yourself close to the state of releasing, but then you withhold it, and then you know you can give yourself orgasms. I've tried to do that, and there was several times where I experienced, like, it felt like an orgasm. But you have to practice this. You have to put more of effort into it. But regardless, right? Regardless, you could engage in sexual activity. So that's let's just put that out there, or not, right? And you could just simply channel that energy into other goals, things you have. If right now your goal is to heal your physical body, and you're getting into fasting, and you're getting into, you know, healing and cleansing, then this extremely powerful energy will help you with that. If your goal right now is to create, is to be like this creative mogul, like just create and create and create, it will help you with that as well. The first time I found out about this was through Napoleon Hill's book, Think and Grow Rich. And I feel like that was when this ancient knowledge was being brought back into the masses, because that book really was mainstream, and it's a pretty good book. So yeah, just follow that simple logic, guys. All right, follow that simple logic. You know, I mean, you open a papaya, a fruit with seeds, a seed-bearing fruit, has both the masculine and the feminine principle, the male and the female. So inside the papaya, you have the seeds, but the papaya itself and the flesh look like a vagina. Okay, so it seems that the male carries the seed, the female cultivates the seed and helps life grow. So like that little seed, those papaya seeds, one of them grows to be a papaya tree. So we are the tree, you're the tree. Okay, you're the tree, and then you carry the seed, and then you can, you know, impregnate a woman with that seed, and she will cultivate that inside of her vagina and her system, you know, and then she will help life come to be. Okay, I mean, the more you think about this, you know, nature's so intelligent. The creator is like infinite intelligence, really. So yeah, you preserve that seed, you keep it inside of you. And really the only time, in my opinion, that you should be releasing this seed is if you want to have a child. And I believe that you will create a super child if, let's say, you cultivate that seed for like 10 years. Okay, 10 years. I mean, you could do 10 years, but let's be more realistic here. Let's say you cultivate it for like 5 years, right? Anytime. I mean, there's unlimited 20 years, okay? And you decide to have a baby. That's gonna be a super baby, okay? That's gonna be a super baby. And I feel that's the only time we should be releasing, as men should be releasing this. Now, as for women, I'm contemplating that, right? I'm personally contemplating that. If you guys have more insights on this, I'd like to hear from you, okay? It doesn't seem like woman releasing her sexual fluids is as taxing, as draining to her energy channels. So I'm definitely open to hear more on that. But definitely for a male, you know, definitely, you know, keep that inside of you. It will help you with everything. And you can still enjoy sexual intimacy, because at the end of the day, sexual intimacy is about connection, connecting, transcendence, okay? You don't have to release, all right? You don't have to. Now, of course, the evildoers, the controllers of this matrix, want all the males to release their seed, which is why they heavily promote pornography. Okay, so yeah, don't release it. Just don't. And if you're practicing or something and you release it, just be like, okay, whatever, move on and just program yourself. I've got a video coming on how to reprogram your subconscious mind. A very good video. Look out for it. So just reprogram yourself to not release it again. Okay, that's it. Just don't do it. Don't do it. Now, I'll make videos in the future on like when you have the urge, what do you do when you have the urge? Okay? So I think for this video, I just wanted to really bring to your attention, to your awareness, this simple logic. that the seed of life creates very complex, like life, like right here in front of you. How complex? You look at you, observe your own actions. How complex is that? That was once like a little like warm looking thing. Okay. Yeah, this energy is very powerful. Okay, so my sincere gratitude goes out to our generous donors, the people who out of their generous heart just donate to this channel because they appreciate it. I appreciate that, guys. Thank you very much. If you feel a calling to show your support in that way, I have a link in the description for that, for donations, and I also have a link for my consultation services. If you're interested, I offer these services. So yeah, we could set up a call. So links are in the description. I'll see you guys in the next video.